Welcome back to Frontline News. I'm Cody-Ann Barrett. It's now time for Frontline Business. The Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC, is lamenting its increased expenditure on gas as petrol prices increase to an all-time high. We get more in this report from Kimberly Wright.
On Wednesday, Petrojam announced that a litre of automotive diesel would cost $134.70, while a litre of ultra-low sulfur diesel will sell for $139.32. Those were record increases. Corporate Communications Manager at the JUTC, Cecil Toms, says the company has already started to feel the pinch.
Any adjustment in fuel cost will have an impact on our operation. Fuel is a commodity we rely on to roll out our buses. We can't do without it. And the price has been going up month over month. The sharpest increase we've had is in April and I believe in May since the start of this year. In April, we spent just over $191 million, while in May that figure rose to $212.
Meanwhile, Mr. Toms says passing on the price increase to commuters is not a part of the JUTC's plan. Instead, he's hoping that a subsidy from the government will cover the additional costs.
We provide a very vital service for those persons who we call most vulnerable. And it is not that we can increase the fares that we charge to them at this time. That would be so unfair. But somebody has to pay. Luckily for us, the government provides a subsidy for us, and we continue to make do with the resources that we have and use them wisely.
Kimberly Wright, Frontline Business.
The Bank of Jamaica, BOJ, is reporting that the net international reserves, NIR, declined last month. At the end of June, the NIR was valued at $3.1 billion, which was $40 million lower than the previous month. The report comes a few weeks after the US dollar traded at its highest value against the US currency in more than 10 months. The news also follows comments that the BOJ made big payouts in June relating to government bonds which became due. The NIR was previously growing steadily. This was an indication that Jamaica was able to cushion any possible economic fallout on the local or international scene. While NIR levels are still high, there are concerns that further payouts could drastically impact the reserves. Mayberry Investments Limited, MIL, is confident about the transformational initial public offering, IPO, for Mayberry Jamaican Equities Limited, which is to be launched on Monday. The company's main executives, including Executive Chairman Christopher Berry and Chief Executive Officer Gary Peart, responded to questions being raised by potential investors attending Wednesday's investors briefing at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel in New Kingston. They expressed overwhelming confidence in their 2017 decision to make the offer to unlock shareholders' confidence in the company. According to Mr. Berry, people have been confronting him frequently about making the right investment decisions, like how can they invest like him. He says the new IPO will give them an opportunity to actually invest like him and Peart. Mayberry announced last weekend that in confirmation of 2017 shareholders' decision, it would be listing its subsidiary Mayberry West Indies Limited on the Jamaica Stock Exchange under its new name, Mayberry Jamaican Equities Limited, to increase benefits to its shareholders. In order to facilitate the change, Mayberry paid out a dividend of 10% of Mayberry West Indies to all shareholders. At December 31, 2017, this dividend had a value of $688 million. However, by the end of the first quarter of 2018, it had fallen in value to $956 million, or 39%. On the foreign exchange market, the US dollar is being sold for an average $130.58. The Canadian is going for $100.77, the pound sterling for $172.48, and the euro for $152.75. In Monday's trading session, the JSE Combined Index advanced by 277 points to close at 315,489. Overall market activity resulted from trading in 47 stocks, of which 16 advanced, 29 declined, and 2 traded firm. The junior market index declined by 40 points to close at 3,021. Stocks advanced for AMG Packaging and Paper, C2W Music, Caribbean Cement, Grace Kennedy, and Jamaica Broilers. Stocks declined for 138 Student Living, Barita Investments, Caribbean Producers, Carreras Limited, and Elite Diagnostic. Stocks trading firm includes Siboney Group and Honeybun. Elite Diagnostics Limited was the volume leader with over 20 million units, followed by Carreras Limited with over 2 million units and Wisynco Group with over 1 million units. News in oil. Oil prices gained on Monday, with U.S. crude ending a choppy session higher on expectations for a Canadian production outage lasting until September, while global benchmark Brent gained on looming sanctions on Iran and falling output on Libya. U.S. light crude futures gained 5 cents to settle at $73.85 a barrel. Brent jumped $96 at $78.07. And that's it for Frontline Business. I'm Cody Ann Barrett. Regional stories are next after the break.